Hello and welcome to the Team Bus. This is the side cast beyond the Slipstream podcast. We are doing an all cycling Team Bus today. It's looking like with a lot of midweek racing in the run up to the big Milan San Remo races today. Let's start with No Care Cursa. We got a men's and women's version. The women's version went off first, and a woman who figured somewhat prominently in Davis's Milan San Remo win today, Marta Locke, took a big win for SD Works Pro Time. What'd you think?
Nice little race. The long uphill was a bit of a drag, but what are you gonna do?
Those finishes are crazy when it's just like on and on and on, sprinting endlessly. Like the pain, the lactic acid in the legs must just be outrageous.
Well, and it's just like it reminds me of the one that the Biniam won in the Tour de France.
Tour, yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like oh god,
enough.
after all that racing, you're just getting just pounded in the final meters.
Yeah, but she played it. She played it absolutely perfectly. SD Works is just they're even with the loss of Demi Vollering, like as a damn strong team. They got some women that can get it done. She gave a really sweet interview afterwards, but interestingly, she was all eyes on the prize for the win at MSR. And what did we see happen? Man, when the team called on her, she was right there at MSR, right on the front, drilling it up to Poggio. And yeah, she's the real deal. She's the isn't she she's the Polish champion, right? She's in the Polish champion jersey.
So,
yeah. So that was the women's No Care Cursa, and then in the men's side, we had the rare win from Picnic Post NL with Niels Eickhoff taking the win. Big shame to see Jasper Philipsen go down in a crash right at the end because he was like right on the front the whole time. I think he was kind of isolated, if memory serves, and was just bossing it on the front, trying to make sure that sprint finish, happened the way he wanted it to end out. And yeah, he got taken down on touch of wheels kind of thing, right?
Yep, and I think that is one of the reasons why he didn't make it through the end of today's race is because of that wreck.
Yeah, that's probably correct. Interesting. Eickhoff was trying to launch his teammate Pavel Bittner. They had that same uphill drag that the women had. And Bittner couldn't hang. I find that funny. That happens from time to time in pro cycling, where you got like one guy trying to launch another guy, and the quote unquote sprinter is just not, for whatever reason, it's either just a bad profile for him, or they're not on form that day, or whatever. And in a moment's notice, the lead out man becomes the sprinter and has to go for it. And in this case, Eickhoff was able to close the deal.
So I want you to talk about this comment you have about them changing the race.
Yeah, so last year, the last couple of years, this thing has won the last 3 years. Tim Merlier has won 3 years in a row, and I remember the finish from last year. It was because it's like in the downtown area of wherever this race finishes, and it's just like cobbles upon cobbles upon cobbles. The whole like downtown area is just cobblestones, and but it's all flat coming through the middle of the town square or whatever. And Tim Merlier just dusted everybody. I mean, this is like his home turf territory, and he just dusted everybody. And somebody on one of my podcasts said something about they on Lantern Rouge, they said that they changed the ending this. Merlier could not win a fourth in a row, which I guess so. I think Noker Curse is Belgian and Merlier's Belgian, right? Like I don't know, that part didn't make sense to me why they would do that unless they're just trying to like break up the monotony. Um, but so Merlier didn't show up. It's like a finish. Like he's not going to win this sprint. And he knows it. So I couldn't really blame him.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't know. I didn't pick up on any of that because obviously I don't think I watched all of it. I think I just watched mostly the end. I definitely
His
saw Phillipson crash.
his win last year looked a lot like that win that he had in the UAE. Was it UAE where he had that crazy ass win where he just like dusted everybody? He just came from like 11th position and smashed everybody.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did in this race. Like he was all by himself going across those cobbles into the finish line. So yeah, so he didn't show up and didn't take a fourth in a row, and you can't really blame him. Super stoked to see American Luke Lamperti on the podium in third place for Soudal Quickstep. Luke
Always love a
Lamperti,
USA rider winning.
don't count out those Americans. The one I was really excited about, though, most probably because, like I mentioned in the podcast like a week or two ago, was in the Grand Prix de Denain, where Visma Lisa Bike's young up-and-comer Matty Brennan, the Englishman, gets his first big win. And, well, his first big win. He won 2 races, like 2 guys. Mention him. And he's the first English winner of this race since another guy we've mentioned multiple times on this podcast, Dan McClay, who is also his teammate.
Yeah, he answered, pretty much every attack that, was laid in front of him. He stayed in the mix. He let Lotto do the work and, did a really, really good job of putting himself in position. So, I mean, he did a really, really good job.
He seemed totally confident in the end of that race. I mean, not not struggling at all, like effortlessly covering moves, no problem whatsoever.
Well, he had both, Johnny Vermeersch and Florian Vermeersch and DeBont all in the mix at the end, and he was able to be able to, I mean, there's good riders. I mean, those are
absolutely.
So
yeah, this bodes so well for this kid. Great interview. He's face is all covered in dust and dirt, and but he was he's like really well spoken. I mean, considering this guy's a wily veteran being interviewed. And I loved Gianni Vermeersch's interview. In his interview, he didn't even know the dude's name. He's like, God, the guy from Jumbo. Like, he didn't even know who he was. That was funny. And I have to say, I really like Jose Bain, the announcer. She's that poor woman that sometimes gets put on these things like by herself, which I just think is the most thankless task in all of sports broadcasting is to be by yourself on a bike race. Good Lord, it's already long enough as it is where you're just like, trying to make small talk while people are riding bikes through the countryside, but to make somebody do it by themselves. But she's up for the task. However, in this race, she had Hannah Walker with her, who I absolutely love. She's featured a lot on
really
like post-race interviews and stuff. Those two were fantastic. And I was listening to some other race, and somebody was making a reference to Jose Bain and a article that she had written about. Who was it? It was a guy from. It was a guy that won a stage in like the UAE tour or something like that. That it had this like tremendous comeback. Anyways, she got mad respect from one of the other broadcasters. I think she's great. Like I love that. I love that duo. And that makes me think of one other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Did you mention the team bus last week, or maybe in your broom wagon, about the guy who had come out of retirement and came back and won the race, the Grand Prix
in the team bus last week?
I watched that race. That was cool. And that guy's on the come up. Like he's gonna get a bigger contract. And you watch. that dude's going to be winning races. That guy's going to get some wins in the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's got a new confidence for sure.
Well, but he's fast. That dude is super fast. He's going to win like a sprint, get well, or a E3 or something like that. All right, let's move on to Milano Torino, the oldest race in all of professional cycling this year, won by UAE Team Emirates. Isaac Del Toro gets his piece of the action.
UAE doing UAE things.
Yep.
Dominated with Yates, pretty much pulling him all the way up until the end, and he ends up launching and just doing the typical UAE move, which is
he did not look uncomfortable for 1 second.
No, I mean they controlled the front of the race. They were there all the way to the end, and when it came down to it, there wasn't literally anybody with him at all. Like he just went off on his own and won, and that race was a foregone conclusion, with 500 meters to go.
It's an embarrassment of riches that team. Here's the great thing about what they're doing is they've got all these guys. They've got these like Ayusos and Narvaez's and Del Toros that are great riders in and of themselves. And in a way, everybody on that team is there in service of Tadej Pogačar, in one way or the other. But because they have so much depth, they can send an Isaac Del Toro as team leader to Milano Torino, but they can send him with some hitters. You know what I mean? So that he actually, it's not just like, hey, we're going to give you a chance in Milano Torino, go see what you can do. We're sending you you're our guy for Milano Torino. We're sending you with this guy. Like we got our game plan because we want you to win that race. So because in 3 months time, when the Tour de France comes around and we need you there for Tadej Pogačar, you better be there. So you get your win now because we're going to need you it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, think about the fact that this is a team that's going to send, I'm pretty sure Adam Yates and Del Toro and Almeida all to the Giro. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, they're
for Ayuso.
Yeah, or Ayuso, yeah. I mean, their fucking B squad is an A squad for most teams. All right. Yeah. I mean, of course.
I mean, I know that Primoz is going to be the favorite for the Giro, but it can't be by much over Ayuso. No. The way he's looked, I mean, he just won 3 races like back to back, and the Giro's right around the corner. Like, I think that might be a bet. I think that might be the bet to make right now.
You realize that Ayuso could have Yates and Jay Vine working for him as well as Del Toro and
what do you think $100 bet on Juan Ayuso to win the Giro would get you? 600?
I wonder. I don't know. Let me see if I can get odds. That's crazy.
Because I think that would be a great bet. I really do, man. Like, this team is just crazy. I was really hoping Ben Tullett would come through and take care of Menace there.
I think that's
but it was not to be.
Wishful thinking.
Tell me about this Braden Coke Seed Classic, won by Edward Tuns.
I don't have odds on that particular race yet. Right now, I can only bet on Paris-Roubaix and Tour de France. Hold on, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to the odds favorites for Paris-Roubaix in just a second. All right, okay. Hold on. Let me turn that off. I'll pull my notes back up. So Ed Tunes, he won from a breakaway. He was almost caught by the bunch, but held on super strong in the end.
Like, how close almost caught? Like at the finish line, or like he had like time to sit up and celebrate? Oh,
You
so he
know,
celebrated.
little bit of time to celebrate. He hadn't won in 3 years at Tunes. And he had this super sweet moment with his wife and his like little son at, you know, right after the race. And you know what? I love these guys that that grab an unexpected win in a little 1 day race, you know, in
Yeah,
March. You know what I mean? It's like
it's beautiful.
we get so wrapped up in like the days like today with Milana Sanremo, watching the Matthew Vanderpools and the Pogacars and the Felipe Paganas and, you know, and the women's side, literally every fucking great racer that there is. But, you know, it's awesome when a guy like Ed Tunes is able to pull a win out that's unexpected in a little 1 day race and, you know, have that moment. And I mean, that's going to make his year, dude. Like that
Yeah,
win, you know, that win is everything to a guy like him. And it's so
absolutely.
easy. It's so easy to get like jaded watching these guys win over and over and over again, and we forget like how special it is. Perry Nice, the
Yeah, I know.
Matty
I was
Sheffield,
literally, yeah, I was
you
literally
know,
just thinking about
that
that. Like what he
interviews,
said.
that
He's
very
like, it's
Matty
so hard to win
yes,
bike races. Yes, I
right,
was just thinking about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's, you know, you just you know, it's just a wonder. It's one of the things that it's like people, it's like I never figured when I started watching cycling that like I would literally be watching the smallest of the races that, you know, are televised and enjoying them as much as I do. Even if it is like, you know, just like 10K of a race, you know, I was able to, you know, pull those few moments out of it. And it was just, it's what makes cycling so great.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely agreed. I mean,
Okay. All
giving
right.
out these nuggets.
Let's end on this. All right. Perry Roubaix odds. All right. So this is fucking wild. All right, hold on. So
Give
who
it
do
to
you
him,
think that odds on favorite is?
Matthew Vanderpool.
Yes. All right. Who's number two?
Hmm. Number two. Oh man,
I mean, I feel
Wild
like
Van Aert. Wild Van Aert.
yeah, I think you're overthinking it. Yes, Wild Van Aert. It's the number three odds favorite. Okay, at plus 450. Okay, so this
All
is
right, all right, all right. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I literally, you should, again, this should not be difficult.
Filippo Ganna.
No, it's fucking crazy.
Hold on.
Fucking on ESPN Bet, fucking one Tade Pogacar, who
I was thinking about saying that.
They have Pogacar ahead of fucking Jasper Philipsen and Mads Pedersen.
The suckers are going to make that bet too, and he's not.
Yeah, he's just not even going to go. He's not even going to show. So
What is Mads at? What
Mads is
plus
at
650?
plus 1400.
1400.
Yeah, so a $1 bet would net you 14. So $100 would net you 1400.
All right, so keep going down the list.
All right.
I want to find the canary in the diamond in the rough.
Filippo Ganna 1600. Johnny Milan. Oh, Johnny Milan plus
Nah,
3000.
no, he's not gonna. Who else?
All
Who's
right.
next?
La, all of these guys would be at plus 4,000. Laporte, Florian Vermeersch, Gianni Vermeersch, John Deckenkolb, Jonas Abrahamson. That's
That could be a good one.
that could be a good one.
$5 on Abrahamson at what? Plus 50.
Plus 4,000. Hold on.
4,000. So $5
Here's another
gets you
one.
200.
Here's another one on this level that I like. Joshua Tarling. All right. I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's this year, especially with Vanderpool, but that's a dude to watch. That dude he's on the come up big time. All right. And then you have also at 4,000 Niels Pollitt and Soren Warren Scold, who just won like a couple weeks.
Yeah. He just won in
So your Jonas Abrahamson
Challenge Mallorca races or something.
Your Jonas Abrahamson bet. Hold on, where is it? Pull it up. Pull up the bet.
A dollar to win 400.
So $1 to win 614.
Wow.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, that's on a parlay. Sorry, let me get rid of math. Sorry, that didn't make sense. $1 to win 40. So $100 bet nets you $4,000.
Could have bet for $100. Wow, interesting. All right. How far out are we?
It does not give me a date on here. All right.
I'll tell you right now.
Hold on. So here are some of your like long shot ones that like maybe crazy.
April 13th, less than a month.
Matty Mahoric and Dylan Van Barl at 6,000 and 6,500. Jasper Stuyven at 8,000.
Van Barl's already won it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like these are.
Yeah, but there's no way he ever wins.
Here's your like way outside list. Nielsen Palace and Quinn Simmons, Tej Benut and Tim Wellens are all in Eve Lamp.
Is Pidcock not going?
He
must not be going. Yeah, he must.
Biniam Girmay plus 15,000.
Holy crap!
Florian Chenesol 15,000. Al Philippe 15,000. Axel Zingle.
How you gonna disrespect Al Philippe? So.
Mateo won 15,000. Olav Koy 20,000. They don't like it for fucking sprinters, do they?
How are you gonna disrespect Olav Koy like?
I mean, they don't like it. Taco Vanderhorn plus 20,000. Tim Berlier plus 20,000. They don't like. I mean,
Pidcock's doing Brabanza Pale, Amstel Gold, Fleshwolf.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Throwing a $1 on Quinn Simmons to win 125. That might be.
Yeah. Make some bets. Let's see something.
Yeah.
Make like $10 worth of bets on some of those things. Let's see how you.
That's what I'm saying, dude. For a buck, you throw a couple of bucks down on some of those long shots.
Do it.
I will. I'll do it. Boy, that'll make it interesting. But anyway, Tadej Pogačar, third favorite to win Paris-Roubaix right now, according to ESPN Bet.
I think what they're saying is he's so good. He's so good that even if he didn't show up, good he is.
It's just ridiculous.
You got anything else for this?
I do not, man. This is a late night for me. So
yeah, I'm fading fast. All right. Well, thanks. And we're to chopping it up with you next week. We are going to be discussing more racing in Europe, as I mentioned in the podcast. One-day races, stage races, all kinds of good stuff, including Tadej Pogačar and Gent Wevelgem. Talk to you next time, Ale.
The Team Bus is part of the Beyond the Slipstream family and is produced by Harperama. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a review, and tell your friends about us. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Ale!